Looks like we can go ahead and get started. So welcome to the February Member Spotlight, where we're going to be featuring the NIAMRRE Operations team this time. So thank you for joining us, and we look forward to sharing this information with you. So first things first, we'll get through some housekeeping items. So in the, oh, my slide's not advancing, one second. There we go. All right, so a couple of reminders, your audio is muted. Questions will be taken at the end of the presentation, but feel free to put your questions as they come to you into the Q&A box below. And then we are recording this webinar and it will be posted on Exchange. And slides will not be available, but a lot of the information that we're going to go over today is going to be available on the conference website and the NIAMRRE LinkedIn. So feel free to check those places out. All right, and so hopefully you all are familiar with us, but if not, so on the webinar today, we have our Executive Director, Dr. Paul Plummer, our Director of External Relations, Dr. Chris Johansson, and Allie Fabian, our Research and Operations Administrator, myself, Nikki Reynolds, Member Development Specialist, and Matthew Hadley, our Communications Specialist. So we'll get started, and first we want to go through some really great highlights of 2024, and then we'll share what we're looking forward to in 2025, and then dive into the NIAMRRE Conference. So one of the big things in 2024 for us is new members. As always, we're looking to grow, but we hit a wonderful milestone, and we are now more than 50 members at NIAMRRE, which is fantastic. So thank you to all of you members for helping us achieve that goal. And we are continuing to grow in 2025 as well.
And another highlight for me over the past year was our One Health Interprofessional Education Program. So we launched our third cohort in 2024. And to date, we've had over 90 participants from across all the One Health sectors and a really nice geographic representation of the U.S. And outside the U.S., frankly, complete the program. We've started our fourth cohort, and we launched that in January, and it's our largest to date. So we have over 40 folks participating in that. And we've even had one of our NIAMRRE members pilot the program within their own institution. So we're really excited to see that program continue and start to grow and expand beyond just here at NIAMRRE.
And of course, we had the NIAMRRE Conference last year, hosted by Ohio State University, where we brought together around 130 attendees from 75 unique organizations across the US and overseas. And we had wonderful conversations, networking, and knowledge sharing through that conference.
Yeah, the thing that I was really excited about last year is LinkedIn. We can continue to grow our LinkedIn and use it as an important tool that reflects our core principles at NIAMRRE through daily hashtags and conference promotion and a few other things. We highlight research on Thinker Researcher Thursday and through our promotion of the member spotlights. And we provide education with Fast Fact Fridays specifically, but also during our Awareness Week campaigns, which I'll talk about a little more later. We inspire collaboration with Talk to Us Tuesday, and just throughout the page, anytime anyone comments on anything, we respond. And just from our members seeing what each other are doing, or people seeing what our members or us are doing. And then we promote advocacy with Member Mondays, Thank a Researcher Thursdays, and with our conference promotion. So this chart kind of shows you our year over year. Our social media engagement rate on LinkedIn increased nearly 300%, and our impressions grew from over 4,000%, which is really, really great. So you can kind of see how that's represented here. And next year, 2025, this year is looking even brighter. So yes.
Well, one of the things that's I've been excited about is continued opportunities for our NIAMRRE members to engage and speak, be invited to speak at a variety of different opportunities. And so this year, a large number of different NIAMRRE members, we've been able to get them engaged in speaking opportunities at the World Antimicrobial Resistance Congress or the Society for Healthcare Epidemiology Spring Conference, National Institute of Animal Agriculture 14th Ambiotic Symposium. But we also had folks speak at PACCARB. We have folks speak at Sepsis Alliance and a number of other kind of smaller venue conferences. And so I think this is an important component of NIAMRRE is helping to connect conferences and venues that are looking for speakers with trusted expertise, serving as a third party kind of provider of speaker bureau recommendations on pretty much any topic that falls under the antimicrobial resistance umbrella. So we routinely continue to have folks reach out to us interested in who do you have that could speak on this topic, and we reach out to folks and try and get them connected. So excited to see, and like Hadley mentioned for LinkedIn, I think this is going to continue through 2025. So
Great. Well, our advocacy efforts are another area of focus for us, and really we strive to try to help educate policymakers and increase awareness of the importance of antimicrobial resistance. And we've done this in a variety of ways. So I know, Paul, you made a couple Hill visits this year to meet with lawmakers and again help increase awareness of antimicrobial resistance. In past years, we've submitted numerous public comments around policy papers, strategic plans. And this year, one of our major advocacy efforts was to submit a public comment around the EPA's framework for interagency collaboration to review potential antibacterial and antifungal resistance risks associated with pesticide use. And this followed up on a concept note that was issued in 2023, and it really details a framework for expanding federal collaboration to review antifungal and antibacterial pesticides that may have potential impacts on human and animal health. And so we work with our members, to our advisory council in particular, to help develop our responses to these opportunities for public comment. This year, we have one coming right up in March. There's a public comment due on the new strategic plan for the National Antimicrobial Resistance Monitoring System, which is a collaborative effort among CDC, FDA, and USDA, and monitors things like retail meats, human with foodborne illnesses, and animals at the time of slaughter. So this is really kind of a full circle thing for me. When I first started at NIAMRRE, the very first issue that we had the opportunity to write a public comment on was the current NARM strategic plan. So the one that goes from 2020 through 2025. And we hosted a webinar on that, worked with our members to write a public comment and submitted that. And now, this strategic plan is coming to the end of its life, and the collaborating agencies are looking for input on the next strategic plan. And so we'll be working with our advisory council members to develop input on that, spending some of our advisory council meetings on answering questions that have been put out about what types of areas of interest there are for input on the next NARM strategic plan. So very much looking forward to those public comment opportunities, and again, continuing to educate folks about the importance of antimicrobial resistance.
In 2024, we also worked on education with the Awareness Week campaigns, working alongside the CDC. We focused on two important topics. First up was from September 16th to the 20th, Fungal Disease Awareness Week, or FDAW, and then from November 18th to 24 was U.S. Antibiotics Awareness Week, call that USA. And for both campaigns, we provided not only our own work on LinkedIn and through emails, but also a customizable branding toolkit to help our members stand out on their own social media pages. But it doesn't stop there, because we also had in-office contributions to the campaign. We all wore purple during USA week. The CDC has their campaign to go purple, and so we were hoping to inspire those to also wear purple by bringing in purple objects with us and featuring those on LinkedIn. So that was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun, not good for colorblind people like me. So, but really excited this year to also have several key folks in advisory roles within NIAMRRE. And so just want to highlight them. Dr. Andrew McCabe, a veterinarian that also was very involved in the public health corps, that has come on, currently employed by Mars, and he replaced Dr. Lonnie King on our leadership council. And then we had our NIAMRRE Advisory Council, Dr. Michelle Crom stepped into the position of chair, and Dr. Erica Gonda, who I believe is on today, was elected vice chair for the Advisory Council. So really appreciate, these are leaders in the field out there talking about One Health, antimicrobial resistance, and how to address this across the One Health spectrum. And so excited to have them in leadership roles here at NIAMRRE this year.
All right, and our member spotlights, they continue to grow. We have an opportunity for every new member and our current members to present a spotlight every month, as NIAMRRE is doing right now. We've been doing this since 2020, and it's awesome to see that it's continuing to grow, and I can't wait to see what members we bring on and have for this coming year.
The work from our members, I think we all are excited to see what you guys are accomplishing. And just a big thank you, because without all of your work, we would be further behind in the fight against antimicrobial resistance. And it's all due to a collaborative effort in One Health and your expertises. If anyone else on the staff has anything to share, I encourage you to do so.
I just highlight, the numbers down there, but 2,400 articles with at least one author that has an affiliation to NIAMRRE through academic members, I think is amazing. And, that's just the collective contributions to this field at a scholarship level through our NIAMRRE institutions, members, and I think is a really exciting number.
Yeah, Paul, if I could jump in, when we look across our academic members, we see that there's more than 1,000 researchers engaged in some aspect of antimicrobial resistance, and there's some really amazing work going on. And in our startup companies, we see a lot of amazing new products and services being developed to help address the challenges presented by antimicrobial resistance. And throughout our membership, we can really see that cross-sector engagement within that One Health framework. And it's just really gratifying to see the work that people are doing, and the creativity and the excellent science that's coming out. So very much appreciate their efforts. And this is something I'm looking forward to seeing over the upcoming years, the work that our members are doing, hearing about their research highlights and everything that they're developing.
Great. Before we get into our next slide, I'd like to take a moment and have each of the NIAMRRE operations staff members share kind of what they're looking forward to in 2025. So I can start off. One thing I'm really looking forward to, actually two kind of things, they go together, but the continued growth of our membership and not just for numbers' sake, but connecting with new expertise throughout the nation and novel solutions that bring more opportunities for collaboration and innovation within our member base as you all get to know each other and get to connect at things like the NIAMRRE Conference in May. And the thing I'm looking forward to the most at the conference, and we'll get more into this in a moment, but is the innovation showcase. Where we're going to highlight those technologies and solutions from our members and from innovators across the nation. So that's what I'm looking forward to in 2025. Chris, do you want to go next?
Sure, thanks, Nikki. So, yeah, I'm also looking forward to the conference. I've really been enjoying our current cohort of our interprofessional One Health education program, and so I'm looking forward to. We'll have our actually our second session for this year will be tomorrow, and really looking forward to engaging with that group. As I said earlier, it's the largest cohort we've had. Saw some really great engagement in the asynchronous activity we had this month, and the team members introducing themselves and kind of providing their thoughts on the case disclosures that we went through in January, which were related to salmonella. So super excited about that. I'm excited for the opportunity to learn from our NIAMRRE members about their priorities related to the NARM strategic plan and the discussions we'll have there. And as always, just you learn something almost every day from our members, something new, a perspective maybe you hadn't considered, a new research discovery, a new product or service, vaccine that's being developed. And so that opportunity to engage with our members and continue to learn and to try to work to help address this very serious global challenges is also something I'm looking forward to.
Great, thanks, Chris. Allie, what are you looking forward to in 2025?
Well, I hate to ride on everybody's coattails, but as the research operations and administrator, I have my hands in everything. I'm usually not in the front of everything. I'm in the back moving parts around. So it's super exciting to see what everybody's working on and watch us all collaborate and join together as a team in NIAMRRE, and then also what we do for our members. It's just great to see, and I'm excited to see what 2025 has in store for us.
Yeah, Ellie, you do a lot behind the scenes that quietly helps push this organization and our members along. So thank you to everything you do behind the scenes that maybe our members don't always know about. Hadley, what would you like to share?
Yeah, sort of building off the work from our members. I always look forward to Mondays because that's when we do Member Mondays on LinkedIn. And it provides me with an opportunity to do some more research on our members and the amazing work that they're all doing. And it feels like a way that I get to meet everybody. And then, of course, I'm looking forward to the conference, another great way to put some names to faces and to meet new people, both our members and the attendants. Last year was a lot of fun. I got to go around taking pictures of everyone, and I'm looking forward to doing the same this year. So yeah, definitely looking forward to the conference.
Yeah, don't hide from Hadley's camera if you see him lurking around the 2025 conference. We want to highlight you guys. So Paul, that last but certainly not least, what would you like to share?
Well, I'm excited. All of the things that have been discussed, I think are hugely exciting. I'm really excited that we have the continuation of the IPE program, and kudos to the team and Chris and everybody involved in pulling that off. And excited that we have members now taking that and applying that in their own context and stuff. In terms of thinking about the year, I'm particularly grateful and excited about having an organization like NIAMRRE We're coming off of a UN General Assembly meeting where antimicrobial resistance was highlighted, and as we go through some transitions in government policy, research priorities, legislative priorities, having an organization like NIAMRRE to pull together subject matter expertise to then sit down and think about how do we continue in our advocacy efforts, how do we continue in our educational efforts, how do we continue in our research efforts to meet the gaps in understanding or the gaps in policy that currently might be impacting our ability to mitigate antimicrobial resistance. Now, it's probably no surprise that it's a bit challenging from day to day, and knowing exactly how, as we transition through, not only changes here in the U.S., but quite honestly, changes around the world, and in how antimicrobial resistance policy, antimicrobial use is impacted in part through the outcomes of UN General Assembly meeting, but also through other activities that different agencies and governments have going on throughout the world. I think there's no more important time than today for an organization like NIAMRRE to exist. And so, we have to be strategic. And so thinking about how we partner with our federal relations teams from our academic institutions, from our some of our larger members have federal relations teams, some of our larger corporate members have federal relations teams, thinking about how to partner across, pull together with common needs, common perspectives, and then bring that back in an advocacy effort that is impactful and is appropriately positioned to continue to push work that needs to be done forward, while at the same time not causing distraction or causing undue attention to the efforts that are ongoing that would impact the ability for their continued work. So I'm excited about all of our members, as this slide talks about, but really excited about the benefit that pulling that entire network together into a common entity that can work across those member organizations, work across those researchers, those policy advocates, to come forward with a consistent and clear, truthful and factual based presentation as it relates to One Health and antimicrobial resistance. And so just look forward to the year continuing to build off of our past experience and move that forward to make sure that this continues to be a priority that is addressed in our activities at the state, national, federal, and international level.
Thank you, Paul, for your insights and leadership, and to our entire NIAMRRE staff for sharing, your thoughts on 2025 and where we go from here. As Paul said, it's really important this year, especially to have an organization like NIAMRRE accessible to you, and to be able to make those connections. And so, one of the ways that we're doing that is with the NIAMRRE Conference, and we're really excited to bring everyone together in this community. May 13th through 15th in North Carolina. We're taking advantage of the energy from the Raleigh Research Triangle to really bring innovation and collaboration in a One Health aspect to this conference, with presentations, discussion panels, facilitated conversations, workshops, and also some, extracurricular activities and highlights as well. So we hope you'll join us, and over the next few slides, we'll talk about how you can get more engaged in the conference and what there is to offer. But before we move on, I do want to draw your attention to our early bird pricing. So right now through March 31st, you can save with our early bird pricing. That price will go up on April 1st, and we'll stay that way through till the day of the conference. But we really, encourage you to register early so you can take advantage of that discount, and then also get your travel plans in order. So Feel free to scan that QR code while we're chatting and register if you haven't already. So one of the things I want to bring to your attention is our keynote speakers for the 2025 conference. We are so honored to have Dr. Julia Sismiak join us at the conference as our keynote speaker to open up the event. She will be speaking on changing perspectives through storytelling, which that keynote really ties into the theme for the entire conference, which is changing perspectives. So we spent some time over the last few years identifying gaps in AMR, addressing gaps and bridging gaps in AMR. And now we're looking at how can we change perspectives in AMR to move the needle forward. And I think this is a really timely and relevant conversation. So Dr. Julia Sismiak will be helping us understand best practices for communicating really complex conversations related to AMR and One Health in ways that can better reach your audiences and envelop more people in the conversation. So to give you a little overview, she is an associate professor in the Division of Epidemiology at the University of Utah School of Medicine, where she co-directs the Utah Quality Advancement Laboratory. She's a medical sociologist who leads research that integrates social science theory and methods into efforts to transform healthcare delivery so it is reliably safe, equitable, and high quality. Her work over the past 8 years has focused on reducing the harm to patients and populations from antimicrobial resistance bacteria with the following objectives. Excuse me. Characterize the social determinants of antibiotics across clinical contexts, generate evidence about what works to improve antibiotics are prescribed, and 3, advance the use of implementation science in antibiotic steward research. She is also a member of PACCARB, and so we're really looking forward to the insights that she's going to bring during that keynote session. On our third day, to close out the conference, we will have a session by Dr. Christina Sarabi. Dr. Christina Sarabi is a manager of clinical services at UNC Health Rex, and her session will be on changing perspectives on antibiotic allergies, which we're really excited to hear and have had a lot of interest in from our members. Dr. Sarabi earned her undergraduate and pharmacy degrees from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, and also completed her MBA from the UNC Keenan-Flagler Business School. She completed her pharmacy residency at the University of California, San Diego Health System. Since completing her residency, Dr. Sarabi worked as an antibiotic stewardship pharmacist at Duke University Hospital prior to joining UNC in late 2019. While at Duke, she contributed to research involving the evaluation of pharmacist-led penicillin allergy assessment program, as well as the influence of a reported penicillin allergy on mortality in the methicillin-susceptible Streptococcus aureus bacterium. Her professional interests include medication, safety, quality improvement, and the antibiotic stewardship. So she has a lot of experience in this realm as well. And I've heard she is a fantastic speaker on this topic. So we're excited to have her join us. This is just a sampling of the speakers that we will have at the conference, with more speakers being announced every day. As you see below, we have experts from all different expertises and area. So please stay tuned in to our LinkedIn, where we'll be announcing new speakers. And also you can find bios and more information on our speakers on the conference website. And so as we look towards the rest of the conference, first, our conference venue, we'll be staying at the Embassy Suites, which is a beautiful conference venue in the Research Triangle, easy location from the International Airport, so only a 15-minute drive. There's also a free shuttle to the airport as well. So if you're interested in just taking the shuttle to and from your flight in and out, you'll have easy access for that. We do have a room of blocks available. So go ahead and make your reservation early take advantage of that, you can scan this QR code and it'll take you directly to our booking page. And I believe those are through early April, you'll be able to book. So, but I would get ahead of it just in case, you know, that discount, we run out of discounted rooms. So going over our agenda, like we said, we have a lot of really great panel discussions, presentations, breakouts, etc. So some of the things I want to call your attention to is that we've really tried to create a fully One Health view in this conference, which is, you know, key to our mission here at NIAMRRE. And so as we're talking about changing perspectives, we have that keynote that we talked about in sharing best practices for successful storytelling. We're going to follow that up with real world examples of organizations and people who've been able to do that. And so you can see that work in real time. We also are going to be looking at AMR research and innovation at NC State. We're bringing back our fan favorite lightning talks and poster session on the first day, which is going to be a great kickoff to the conference, as well as we'll have that welcome reception in the evening. On day 2, we're going to be changing perspectives on AMR through surveillance systems. So looking at programs that take information and help to track the antimicrobial issue. One of those presentations will be from WEF, or the Water Environment Foundation, and how they're tracking this problem through wastewater. We'll also have international perspectives on AMR following UNGA as another session, which will be really interesting. And then fungal disease has been a hot topic, and so we're bringing that into the conference with fungal disease experts, not only in plant health, but also in animal. And then we also have a researcher who will share information on a vaccine that's being developed as well. And then everyone also enjoys this part of the conference where we're going to have breakout rooms, which is where we get our hands-on collaboration opportunity during the regular session information. And this year we're going to expand those breakouts, and we'll have 3. So we'll have a research breakout, a stewardship breakout, and an education breakout. So stay tuned for more details on those. And then we'll have report outs on that, as well as a discussion on the AMR dashboard that's been under development by Amanda Kruder. And then on the last day, we're going to bring it all back together, and we're going to talk about, again, that closing keynote on antibiotic allergies, some more lightning talks, and a panel discussion before letting you all leave early at about 11:30 noon, so you can get home to your families and the rest of your work for the rest of the week. So we look forward to having you guys join us. This agenda, as speakers become announced on our LinkedIn, you'll see we really have a great mix of human, animal, and plant health as well. So going to be a great collaborative conference. And again, just an opportunity to connect with that community and share, you know, what's going on in your organization and how you're moving forward with different initiatives. So before the conference on Tuesday morning, we have 2 opportunities to engage. So our first is the pre-conference student workshop. This is slated toward undergrad and graduate students interested in AMR and One Health. And what we'll be going through with them is kind of a personal and professional branding and etiquette conversation, where we're going to talk about, you know, what is the importance of networking? How can you create your personal elevator pitch that they may be able to use later on in the poster session, or as they're talking with attendees, you know, professional goal setting and email communication, and understanding the importance in career decision making and how you can move forward in those ways. And so in terms of pre-conference activities, if you're a student and you want to engage, you get this workshop free with purchase of the full conference registration. However, if you'd only like to participate in just the student workshop, that's available too. It is a $25 registration fee if you're just going to the student workshop versus the entire conference. So feel free, scan that QR code and register today. We look forward to seeing you in North Carolina. And that will be from 9 a.m. to noon prior to the conference starting at 1 on Tuesday. Another opportunity we have that we're really excited about is Tuesday morning, 8:30 to 11:30 before the conference starts. We have the Innovation Showcase. And what this is that we are going to take 10 breakthrough technologies and solutions, and they'll be giving 10-minute pitches, or not pitches, 10-minute presentations to the audience to showcase their solution and its importance in AMR and One Health. And so we are currently taking applications. So feel free, scan that QR code. It'll take you to the application page and kind of describe more about that opportunity. But if you are in industry, if you're a startup, or if you're in a tech transfer office or in academia, we are looking for these technologies and solutions that can help, again, push the needle forward in AMR and One Health. So presentations are 10 minutes. The application only takes about 5 minutes to complete. So don't let that, overwhelm you and thinking, oh, I have to have all these things ready. The application is pretty simple. And so the deadline for that has been slated for February 21st. So you have a couple weeks yet, but go ahead and get those in early so that, if we have any questions or anything, we can reach out to you. All presentations must be done in person. And then after the presentations, we will have a panel discussion with some of our larger industry members, as well as some university resources to talk about, what's the best way to collaborate with those entities or gain funding, or, other questions, and how to engage in commercial and increase commercialization of those solutions. And then finally, we have our call for abstracts for, again, our fan favorites, the lightning talks and poster session. So we will have lightning talks sprinkled throughout the 3 days that we're together. And these are 3 to 5 minute, really high level presentations, highlighting research results or projects and programs, services, products, technologies that you'd like to share. Again, it's really, really concise. So one slide is all you'll have to convey these topics. It goes really fast, but the audience loves this portion. The other opportunity we have is for the poster session on Tuesday, right before the reception and kind of flowing into the reception. This is open to, again, all members and all attendees. That said, we do have a special opportunity for graduate students. We'll have a graduate student poster competition. So any graduate student that enters a poster will be automatically entered into that competition, and the posters will be judged by a panel of experts. Then on the last day of the conference, we will go ahead and announce the winners, 3 winners, first through third, who will all receive a monetary prize. And so that's also really exciting to see how that flushes out. Just a reminder that all presentations and all posters do need to be presented in person. And if you are participating in the poster session, we do ask that you're near your poster during that time to answer any questions or discuss any topics related to your poster. Now, the other thing that you can do that some people might not realize is you can apply for both a lightning talk and a poster session. You're not limited to one or the other. And then we will go ahead after February 21st, when those posters and lightning talk abstracts are due. We'll go ahead and let people know what they've been selected for, so you can make travel arrangements, etc. So again, we've got that QR code. Feel free to snap that and go to our website to complete the call for abstracts application. Deadline is February 21st, and we look forward to seeing what you all come up with. And then lastly, we have sponsorship. So we're going to take a moment and thank our platinum sponsor, NC State University, who is our co-host down in Raleigh, and also Phage Genomics, who is a gold sponsor for us. These sponsorships really help us to put on the conference and increase awareness for these organizations that take advantage of that. So if you'd like to become a sponsor, again, we have another QR code. Please feel free, snap that, go to our website, or you can email me directly, and we can talk about what sponsorship opportunities are available. There are many levels, all the way down from a couple $100 up to $3,000, depending on the level of engagement you'd like to participate. And also as a reminder, every member organization is entitled to a small ad for free as a token of our appreciation for being members that we can put on our program. So please go ahead and take advantage of that, or let me know if you're interested in becoming a sponsor. And we're looking forward to seeing you all in Raleigh, May 13th through 15th, 2025, in the Research Triangle. So that's all we have today for the conference. We'll go ahead and take any questions if we have any. And while we're doing that, if any of the staff has anything they'd like to add, feel free to do so.
Great job, Nikki. Thanks for going through the conference. Yeah, we are all super excited about that. We did have a question come into the Q&A here. So for our audience members, if you have additional questions, please feel free to put those into the Q&A function and we'll tackle them one at a time. So we have the first one came in, nice presentation. If my institution is a NIAMRRE member, can NIAMRRE help me find collaborators for my research project? And I'll tackle that one first. And Paul, you're welcome to weigh in as well if you'd like. But yes, we would love to help you find collaborators. We do have some resource and research mapping tools that we can use to try to find that at potential collaborators at other NIAMRRE institutions. So please feel free to reach out to us and let us know. We'd be happy to schedule a meeting with you to find out a little bit more about your project and the types of collaborators you might be looking for. But that, for me, that's one of the really gratifying things about this job is making those connections. And then when people have funding come through and they start a project, that's just hugely rewarding. So again, I'll drop my email address into the chat so folks have that, but you're welcome to reach out to us for help with identifying collaborators or other resources.
Well, if we don't have any other questions and no further comments from the staff, we're going to thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you at the NIAMRRE Conference in May. And just again, a big thank you to all of our members for your involvement in the organization. We really appreciate it, and we really give a lot of thought to how we can help you as members in your initiatives. So thank you and have a great day.